It doesn't work out for me. I should stop trying to cut corners, and yet here I am, cutting the corners. Hi there, Michelle here, also known as Fancy Dinosaur Tea Party, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am making a Halloween-themed dress. I have wanted to make this Halloween dress for a while, and ever since I found the material for it, I'm like, I'm making this dress, and it is finally October, and I can film all my Halloween spooky content. A few months ago, you might have remembered me thrifting these orange sheets. Don't remember the price of them. Maybe they were $10, but there was like 2 sheets and 2 pillowcases. I actually use the pillowcases because it goes with my 1960s, 1970s orange, brown, yellow theme that I love. And then shortly after I had thrifted this, I had thrifted this. And again, this is a bed sheet. They're both washed. I washed them both on hot water. They're good to go. You can't get any more Halloween themed than black and orange. Am I using that same McCalls pattern that I've used for all my other dresses that I've made in the past few months? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because it doesn't fail me. I know how to do it. There's no surprises. There's no surprises when it comes to making this dress, except I'm gonna be doing it a little different this time. For my other dresses that I've done, it's like the 2 tiers. And what's really cool about this pattern is that it actually came with another option. I still have all my pattern pieces here. They have seen better days. I'm really on a tight budget lately, so I'm trying to make everything of things that I already own and I don't have to go to Fabricland to buy. There is this here. There we go. And number 5, I have not used number 5 yet. Anyway, so this one here is kind of the same length that you would use for the 2 other pieces. This is the piece I'm going to be using for the bottom, the sleeves, the top. It's the same. I'm not going to change anything different except for this. But I am going to make this a little different. Just a little different than what the instructions tell me. So in the instructions, it wants me to cut out 2 pieces on the fold on this side. Cut on the fold, it means it wants you to fold your fabric in half, place this, and then this is gonna go on the part that is, folded over, and then you just cut the whole thing out. What I'm going to do is, yes, I am going to cut on the fold. Once it's cut out, I'm going to cut that piece in half, so I'll have 4 pieces instead of 2 pieces. So this is the silhouette of the dress that I'm going to make. I'm going to make it with the orange and black fabric, which I think will look super cute together. I'm going to do the puff sleeve. Then I'm going to use some bias tape at the bottom of the sleeve and thread some elastic in it, so that way it cinches in. I'm going to cut 4 panels out. 2 are going to be black and 2 are going to be orange, and they're going to be in like a checkered pattern. For the waist, I'm going to be doing my favorite sewing hack, which is doing a zigzag stitch over dental floss to gather the fabric. Anywho, that's the plan. I hope it goes okay. I don't think I'm going to be showing you all the steps in this video. I just kind of want to make this dress, and I'm like, it's spooky Halloween content. I'll film myself doing it, but this is in no way a tutorial. If you want to learn how to make this dress, I will be linking the video where I made my very first dress out of a bed sheet in the description below. And of course, in this video, I will be explaining what I'm doing, but I might not show like the entire process. Difference between my other video and this video is that I'm using this piece instead of the other pieces it wants me to use. If you're interested in learning how to make a dress step by step, check out that video. But if you want to just see me make a spooky Halloween dress, then stick around for this video. So the first steps, of course, is cutting out the pattern pieces. I'm cutting out a front piece and a back piece. I'm folding the fabric in half while I cut it out. For the sleeves, I wanted them to be a little bit more puffy. That's why I made these little slits. Spread out the pattern and I just cut. This technique just makes the sleeves puffier. And to make sure that the sleeves were identical, I had folded the fabric in half, and now I'm just cutting down the middle, so I have 2 sleeves. And then I have to cut the bottom panels for the skirt part, so I'm cutting out, again on the fold, the black pieces along with the orange ones. And now I'm just cutting down the middle of the panels to create 4 panels instead of 2. I'm not doing a lining in this dress because it is black fabric and you can't see through it. The pattern comes with these 2 pieces that you put on the front of the neck and the back of the neck, and it just gives it a really nice look at the end. Also, you don't have to do like a rolled hem or anything like that, which makes doing the neckline a lot easier. Once those pieces are sewn, I'm actually just ironing them down flat before I do a top stitch. For the skirt, I am pinning all the panels together before running them through the sewing machine. So far, I've done just the bodice of the dress, and what I did different in this one than I've done in my previous dresses is instead of putting a liner in here, because it is black, you can't see through it, which is great. There's these little pieces, I don't know where they went. There's these little pieces that actually come with the pattern, like this. And again, you cut them on the fold, which means you fold over your fabric, you cut the pieces out, and this one goes on the back, and then this one kind of like goes on the collar here. And that is just to make sure that your collar, it's so black, I'm so sorry. And it doesn't help that I'm wearing black either. And it just helps with the collar, so that way you don't have to do like a rolled hem. You can just sew it together, like inside out, and then do a nice top stitch on it. Now, I don't know if my head is going to fit through this neckline. I swear every time I make this style of dress, the neck hole just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So if it doesn't fit, I will be adding a button to the back, which I did to a dinosaur dress. I didn't film that one, but I did to the dinosaur dress and it turned out fine. And now I just have to add the orange sleeves, which are over here. I did make them puffier than the pattern because I just like really puffy sleeves. And then I sewed together the dress part. Now again, this is going to be very wide because I'm going to be doing my very favorite sewing hack, and that is doing a zigzag stitch over dental floss, and then I can just pull to my desired width. Same thing if you did like, say, your 2 stitches and then you pulled them together. I've tried that before and I failed so badly at it that I never want to attempt it again. So then when I found out this hack, I'm like, this is what I'm sticking to. So that's going to be the next step for the skirt part. Again, this is not a Michelle sewing project if I didn't mess up. I ended up having like the raw seam here, the raw seam here, the raw seam here, and then over here was like the good seam facing out when it was supposed to face in. So I had to take the whole thing apart and re-sew it. The way I cut the fabric, I try to cut corners. I try to cut corners and it doesn't work out for me. I should stop trying to cut corners, and yet here I am, cutting the corners. One side is like the good side and the other side is not the good side of the fabric that's facing the wrong way. No one's gonna know except for you now. People on the internet will know that there's a wrong side facing outwards, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna get all cinched in and it's not gonna matter. So the next step, I think I'm going to work on the sleeve so I can just get the bodice done with, and then once the bodice is done, then I can attach that to the skirt. So for the sleeve, I will be doing that same like, what is that word? It's not cinching. Is it cinching? Gathering. The word is gathering. I will be doing the gathering technique with the dental floss on the sleeves as well because it just makes things so much easier. So I'm going to do the whole sleeve, attach the sleeve, then work on this, and then attach this, and I should be good. I should be good. I say I should be good, but who knows? Alright, time to gather the sleeves. As you can see, I am doing a zigzag stitch over a piece of dental floss. And to make sure the dental floss doesn't go back through where I stitched, I like to add a safety pin and then pin that to the fabric. Now I'm adding the bias tape to the bottom of the sleeves. This will encase the elastic that I'm going to put through. I'm folding the sleeve in half and stitching it together. Now I'm just gathering the sleeves and attaching them to the bodice. So I put on the highest pair of pants that I own because of course this top is like super short because the dress is gonna like start here at my waist. I did have to cut the back here, but I will be putting a button in, and then for the sleeves as well, I do need to put an elastic through so it can like bunch and then like look a lot nicer than what it does, but I really like the puffs. It looks pretty spooky Halloween so far, which I'm quite happy with. So I think the next step is I am going to attach the skirt. The sleeves is a very simple thing to do, and then of course every time I say something super simple, it is not super simple. Pretty sure it's going to be super simple for me to do. So my plan is I'm just going to leave the sleeves for right now. Actually, I think I'm going to go eat lunch. Oh, it is 4 o'clock. I only had an ice cap today. Realizing that now. Gonna eat, and then I'm going to attach this. Looks something like this. And then the bottom, the way I lined it up, I don't know if I have to hem it because what I did at the bottom is it's the bottom of the sheet, so it's already pre-hemmed, so I might not even have to hem this because I lined it up pretty well. We will see, because that's like one step that I don't have to do, which would be fantastic. But also like this would be super cute just like as a shirt on its own, but it's gonna be a dress. Alright, now I'm working on the waistband of the skirt. I am doing the zigzag stitch over the dental floss again because it is super easy to do. Gathering the fabric and pinning it to the bodice before I sew it together. And the last step to the dress is that I am putting the elastic into the cuff of the armband before sewing it shut. I finished the dress. It was definitely one of the easier dresses that I've had to make because I didn't have to deal with like the 3 tiers. It was just kind of like the one tier that I had to like gather and put on the top. Honestly, I think this top by itself looks so adorable. I think it looks really cute, and I think it looks cute with like my little pumpkin hat. This is pretty much what I was expecting it to look like. I think for the bottom half, I'm not going to do it anytime soon because I have so many other projects that I need to work on and film. Not really going to do it right now, and I'm not too sure if I need to do it, but I was thinking maybe taking the bottom part off and maybe adding 2 more panels, like another black and another orange, so the skirt is a little bit more fuller and there's like more color because right now it's very like blocky. I don't mind it. I think it's actually quite cute the way it is. I would like to do it the other way a little bit more, but at the same time it's just, I don't really have the time to do it right now. Maybe I'll get it done before Halloween, and if I don't, whatever. I'll probably still wear this dress regardless what season it is because I like Halloween all year round, and that's not going to change. Really in love with how these sleeves turned out. I think these sleeves are probably the best sleeves that I've ever made. I will be linking the pattern below because it's my favorite pattern. Once you download a pattern, you can print it off as many times as you like, which is amazing because I've actually lost pieces of this pattern or they've just ripped apart from me making so many dresses. I've made quite a few dresses with this pattern itself. That will be my video. If you are new to my channel and you like sewing, crafting, but mainly thrifting, why not subscribe? You can also follow me on my Instagram, which is fancydinotparty. I think that is it. So y'all have a good day now.